What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new video. Season 10 is underway, and to start the season I went into Great League Remix with a very interesting team, so I'll be showing you my first battles. I really wanted to run ZWEILOUS. I've got a really highly ranked one. It's pretty decent in this meta. ZWEILOUS is very weak to Fairy and also Fighting, so BEEDRILL was a perfect combination as it resists both those. And then we're going to have WHISCASH in the back, which is more of just a generalist. It can beat some of the ice types that ZWEILOUS struggles with. So yeah, let's just get into the actual Pokemon I'm using, look at the IVs and the movesets. So this ZWEILOUS, like I said, it's a really good rank for Great League. It's ranked actually 9th, so you can see those stats there, very high defense. Dragon Breath, Dark Pulse, Body Slam, the standard moveset that you'd go with. And then we're going to be running it with the Shadow BEEDRILL. So I really wanted to run Shadow BEEDRILL in last year's remix, but I didn't actually have one that was TM'd away. This one isn't the best IVs, it's about 83%, but we spent the Elite TM to get Drill Run, the Community Day move, and then it has Poison Jab as the fast move, and Scissor as the second charge move, and then we have the shiny WHISCASH in the back. WHISCASH resists Fire and Rock, which BEEDRILL was weak to, so that's quite good. In the event we have a bad lead like a Fighter or a Charmer, we'll swap into the WHISCASH, keep the BEEDRILL in the back, because if they swap out into a Grass type, at least we can come in with ZWEILOUS and farm down. So into the first one, I left this in at triple speed because I just got so hard countered, but this was my very first battle. So we actually led the ZWEILOUS into a Togekiss, so double weak to Charm, so we swapped out into WHISCASH, and they had a Leafeon with Razor Leaf, so double super effective again, and deleted the WHISCASH in an instant. Luckily we did get a shield out of them, but we're not probably going to be able to make this work. So we try and farm down the Leafeon the whole way. Unfortunately, they get to 2 moves and they get us into the red before the Togekiss even comes back in. We try and throw a Body Slam and then transfer the damage onto the BEEDRILL, but it lags out and doesn't let me swap. So the ZWEILOUS is gone. And then they swap into a Smackdown Sudowoodo, so completely hard countered beyond belief. I thought that was pretty funny, so I thought I'd leave it in. This one again is just the complete opposite. So we've got 1000 CP Fearow, so I'm thinking I could probably farm this down the whole way with just Dragon Breath. And then they swap into a Unova Stunfisk, which is also doing no damage to us at all. So I think, oh, maybe I could actually farm this one down with Dragon Breath. So they're throwing Muddy Waters, which are obviously not the right moveset. If they were throwing Mud Bombs, they would at least be neutral. But obviously, because we're playing some inexperienced people in the start, this is what happens. But we do manage to farm them down the whole way, and they have a Charmeleon. So I'm thinking I could probably farm down this entire team. And I was hoping not to expend a shield, but unfortunately, they just got to the move right at the end. And now we're thinking, can we actually get this Fearow down just with the ZWEILOUS? There we go. Have you ever seen that? We fast move down an entire team with one Pokemon, so that's crazy. So getting into some more normal sort of battles, we've got some massive lag on the lead, so that's definitely normal. And then we've got the Unova Stunfisk, so yeah, this is a pretty good matchup for us. Like I say, they will be doing neutral with the Mud Bombs. For whatever reason, they go for a Discharge there. I don't know if that was inexperience or they just have one move, but they're going to get to another move now. And now it is the Mud Bomb, so they obviously didn't know the matchup. So we're going to throw a Body Slam here. So I'm hoping that they shield this up, because obviously we've got more energy than they're probably expecting, and we've got another Body Slam ready to go. And they do commit shields, so we're definitely going to match shields here. We're going to farm up a little bit more. We're counting the Mud Shots. As we know, I think it's 5 and then 4 to a Mud Bomb. So we throw another Body Slam and they shield it up, which is absolutely perfect, because now we can get to a 3rd Body Slam and take them out, and we can win switch, and we've actually got shield advantage as well, so looking really good in the matchup. And then they bring in a Tropius, which isn't particularly great for my back 2 Pokemon. They're going to be able to one-shot us with a Grass move against the WHISCASH, so we're going to have to use this shield here. But luckily we can build up to the Blizzard, which is double super effective because they are Grass and Flying typing. And then they swap into an Alolan Marowak, so we're going to have to come in with the BEEDRILL here, but we're getting melted by the Fire Spins. Luckily this is probably just going to be a Bone Club, which we will be able to survive. And then we're able to get to a Drill Run, which is going to do a lot of damage. But then I realise I need to undercharge this, because if I take out the Marowak, then I'm going to give some more energy to the Tropius, and they're going to take us out. So we need to come in with the WHISCASH and farm down the Marowak, so we've got the Blizzard ready to go. So we've undercharged it, but we're going to farm down, and they look like they might just get to a move, and we're just barely able to farm them down. And then we hit the Blizzard against the Tropius. Unsure on who wins CMP in that matchup, and I thought they may have had a Leaf Blade ready to go. But we ended up one-shot in the Tropius, so GG's to my opponent. Into the next one against Beach Cato, and we've got a Bomber Snow on the lead, so absolutely terrible for us. We're going to have to go into the BEEDRILL here, and then they come in with another hard counter, which is the Marowak. So we're probably going to let this go through. No, we do actually shield it up. I think this is because we know we can't actually get to the 2 moves, so we're going to try and bait them here. But if we didn't shield it up, I think they would have been able to farm us down before we get to the 2nd move. So we bait them with the Scissor, they take the bait, and now we're able to get to that Drill Run. And are they going to let this go through and give up the switch? They do let it go through, which actually isn't that great for us, because neither of our Pokemon really want to see a Bomber Snow. But at this point, I think it's probably best that we come in with the ZWEILOUS, because we're at least going to be able to tear into them with the Dragon Breath and then get to a Body Slam. I'm pretty sure that Weather Ball isn't going to take us out, so I'm going to let this go through. And then we do actually make a swap, so that's quite surprising. But luckily for us, the opponent actually swaps out into a Shadow Drapion. So that's absolutely perfect, because we're going to be destroying the Drapion with Mud Bombs, as it is weak to ground because of the poison typing. So we're definitely going to let this move go through. We know we can survive it whatever it is, and it is a crunch. So they do about half our damage and they get the debuff on us, which isn't great, but we should be able to deal with it anyway. So we throw another mud bomb and they shield it up, which is a massive surprise to me. I really didn't expect that. So now we're going to shield up the Whiskash and look to farm down. And then we're going to throw a blizzard against the Abomasnow. So they're going to come back in with the Abomasnow, and we actually go for a mud bomb. That's crazy. I don't know if I was worried that they had some energy and they were going to take us out, and we just wanted to get the damage off. Well, we're gone for another mud bomb, so we could have got to the blizzard easily there. So that's a misplay. And we're going to see what happens. We actually swap out into the ZWEILOUS, which again, I don't know if it's the right call because we'll be doing more damage with the Dragon Breath than we would the mud shots. And we're able to mud shot them down. That's crazy. I don't know how they didn't get to 2 moves there. That was a pretty bonkers game. Both of us misplaying there, but I managed to take the win in the end. And that's all that matters. So into the next lead. Another absolutely terrible lead in the Dugong. So we swap straight into the BEEDRILL and we're hard countered again with a Hypno, who's absolutely destroying us with the confusions. But luckily we can do massive damage with the Scissor. Look how much damage that did. That was insane. We managed to get the Hypno down into the red and they're forced to use a shield. So we managed to get a shield out of that matchup, so that's pretty good. BEEDRILL is quite a good swap because even against the things that are hard countering it, it's able to do a lot of damage. So that was pretty good for us. So we're going to come back in and take this move with the ZWEILOUS. Unless it's a nice punch, we wouldn't have to worry about it. And it was just a Shadow Ball. So they come back in with the Dugong and we're actually going to stay in here. We're going to commit a shield and we're going to farm up a little bit of energy. It looks like now we're going to swap out into the Whiskash and they're going to come in with a Seeking, so very, very interesting. So we're going to be able to throw neutral mud bombs at least, and we get a massive amount of lag there. I don't know what's going on with the lag at the minute, but it seems to have got worse since the start of the new season. Maybe just because there's a lot of people playing at the minute. But anyway, we're going to go for another mud bomb against the Seeking. They are going to be debuffing us with the Icy Wind, so that's not particularly great. But we are just going to go for the mud bomb spam here. We just want to get this thing out of here. We are able to get to another mud bomb, so this will be taking out the Seeking unless they shield it up. And they do commit their last shield, which is quite a surprise to me once again. And then they make a quick swap into Dugong and we throw the mud bomb. Our attack has been debuffed, so it's going to be doing a bit less damage, but we did need to do a little bit of chip anyway. So we come in with the ZWEILOUS, and they're able to get to a move before we throw out energy, but I think we are actually farming up to try and go for 2 body slams. So we go for the body slam now, and I'm unsure whether this is going to be enough to KO. And they just hang on by a little bit, but we're able to get a little bit more farm and get to the body slam, and we're going to be able to take the win, it looks like, with a couple of HP on the ZWEILOUS, but we did still have the Whiskash in the back. So even though we had a terrible lead, we was able to come back from that, show the BEEDRILL quite a good swap. So on this lead, we have a good lead, and it's a Hypno, and the only thing they're going to be able to threaten us with is an Ice Punch, which we will easily survive. And Dark types are immune to Psychic, so the confusions were doing virtually no damage. They come in with a Glizz Core, and they let the Dark Pulse go through, and we farm them down, and then they back out. So obviously, they were very weak to ZWEILOUS there, so GG's to my opponent, unfortunate for them. So into the next battle, we've got a Snorlax on the lead. A bit of an interesting matchup. We're resisting the licks as we are a dark type, so we're resisting Ghost, but they do have Superpower, which will do a lot of damage to us as we're weak to fighting. They only throw a body slam and we call it, so that's a really good play by us. And then we go for the Dark Pulse, which they shield up. And that's the thing with ZWEILOUS, you always want to throw the Dark Pulse because it does a lot more damage, but sometimes it's hard to judge when you should actually throw the body slam and bait. And they quickly swap into a Shadow Machamp trying to snipe down the ZWEILOUS, but luckily we're able to swap out quick enough. But we did actually miss swap and we've gone into the Whiskash, which is completely the wrong call. We wanted to go into the BEEDRILL. But at least we can offer up some spam with this. So we throw a couple of mud bombs, they shield up the first one. I'm not expecting them to shield this one up because it won't KO, and they do survive and they're able to counter us down. And now we're going to come in with the BEEDRILL, and luckily we are able to just poison jab them down before they even get to a move. And they've got Hypno in the back, so not looking good for the BEEDRILL, but we should be able to get to 2 Scissors, which I think should KO. Making sure not to let the confusion through because that would have been the game over there. And we're just going to shield up the move from them, which is an Ice Punch, and then we're going to just throw the Scissor and take out the Hypno. So BEEDRILL are able to take out one of its counters, and then we've got the Snorlax left in the back, and we've just stored that energy on the ZWEILOUS, so we get to throw a Dark Pulse, and hopefully this should KO. It does KO, and we take the win. So a really good win there. Enjoyed that battle a lot. So into the next one, we actually have Dan Ottawa as an opponent. He's a fellow YouTube content creator, so big shout out to him. Please go and check out his stuff. So we've got Macargo on the lead, which is quite good for the ZWEILOUS as we're resisting the fire type. Expected him to throw a rock move though, and it is the Stone Edge, so it's doing a lot of damage. We'll make sure we don't let an Incinerate through, and we're going to go for the Dark Pulse. And I was expecting them to shield this up, but they do actually let it go through, so that's quite good for us. And then they come in with a Surf Etched and farm us down. So it's looking pretty good. We can come in with the BEEDRILL, and we can do a lot of damage with the poison jabs. Expecting this just to be a Night Slash. It is Night Slash, and then they swap into Trevenant. So it's good for the Beedrill, as we're going to be doing a lot of damage with the poison jabs, and we can also do a lot of damage with the X-Scissors. But as you can see, unfortunately, they're going to look to farm us down the whole way, and not shielding up that Night Slash against the Surfetched is going to cost us. So we swap out into the Whizcash so they can't farm up any more energy, but at this point it's going to take us so much to get to the Blizzard, and a Seed Bomb's definitely going to KO us. So we're farming up a little bit more, we're getting closer to the Blizzard, and they throw another move, so we're obviously going to have to shield this up. And can we get to the Blizzard? We just get there and we CMP tire, so it's absolutely tragic for us. If we was able to get that through, we should have been able to win that easily. But not shielding up the BEEDRILL there was the big call. And GG's to Dan there, well played. So into the next one, we've actually got a Marsh Stomp on the lead, so something a bit different. Did see a lot of different Pokemon. I guess this is in the early stages of the season, so you're going to see that. But Marsh Stomp isn't actually that bad a Pokemon. It is quite spammy, just like Swampert. So they go for a Mud Bomb. We know we can survive that easy. We let it go through. We throw the Body Slam, and they shield it up because they know it's going to do a lot of damage. Now they go for another Mud Bomb here, and I'm pretty sure I can still survive this one, so we let that go through as well. See if they want to commit 2 shields. I'm doubting that they are going to commit the second one, so they do let it go down, and with one swap, and we have a shield advantage as well, so that's great for us. They come in with a Tentacruel, so we're going to come in with the Whizcash, as we're going to be doing super effective with the Mud Bombs. So they throw their energy, and we know this isn't going to be a Hydro Pump because it was way too quick, and it is just the Acid Spray. And then they come in with a Pidgeot, so this is looking a bit awkward for us, as obviously Pidgeot is going to destroy the Beedrill, and our defense has been harshly debuffed, so they're doing a lot of damage to us. So we do actually throw a Mud Bomb as bait, and they take it, which is really good. We make a swap into Beedrill, and I think that was just simply because we wanted to reset the debuff on the Whizcash, and we're going to entrust the Whizcash to finish the game out with the 2 shields. We're going to have to shield this up just in case it's a Brave Bird, but unfortunately it is the Feather Dance, and we kind of knew that they were going to do that to us. So now they've harshly debuffed our attack, which isn't great at all. We throw the Blizzard just to get rid of them, and now we're just going to have to take out the Tentacruel with the Mud Bombs. A bit of an awkward one here. I think we're going to have to shield it up, even though we know they're probably going to bait, but if they threw the Hydro Pump, we were gone. So we get to the first of the 2 Mud Bombs, we throw it, and the second one isn't going to be enough to KO them here, so it's going to be really, really tight getting down to the last move. We're hoping we can get there. We're so spammy in comparison. We get a massive amount of lag, comes through, and they get to the move first with 1 HP. So that's absolutely devastating. Taken out by an Acid Spray. I think the better play would have actually been to have stayed in with the Whizcash against the Pidgeot initially and try and get to a Blizzard. So we go into the next battle, and we've got ZWEILOUS against Haunter, which is very, very good as we're resisting the Ghost moves, though Sludge Bomb will hit us for massive damage. They come in with the Greedent, so we actually decide to stay here. I think we're just building up some extra energy, and then we may dip out. So we do swap out now into the Beedrill, and we've done quite a bit of damage to them already with the Dragon Breath, so that's made it a bit easier for the Beedrill. Now throw a Body Slam, which does half our health. Beedrill isn't the tankiest Pokemon to begin with, and now you've got the Shadow form, so it's actually quite squishy. So we throw X-Scissor, and they do shield it up, which is really, really good for us. And then we maybe made a misplay there going for the second X-Scissor. We could have gone for the Drill Run, and it might have taken them out. Unsure whether it would have. I'm pretty sure it would have, because it's a bit more of a powerful move than X-Scissor. So anyway, at least we're going to be able to get an extra move in and get a bit more farm. They're probably going to come back in with Haunter, as that is resisting the poison moves. So we end up throwing an X-Scissor here, which is really weird. We did actually get to the Drill Run, so I don't know if I just panicked there and thought I wasn't going to get to it and just threw the X-Scissor just in case. And then they let it go through as well, so it's really bad for us. We could have actually taken them out. But at least we get a little bit of farm with the ZWEILOUS, but they did throw a Shadow Ball as well, so that's even worse because we would have resisted it. And they actually have a fighter in the back. I didn't see what came in. Assume it's a Machamp. Throw the Body Slam, hoping we're going to get a shield out of them. And then we come in with the Whizcash, so this is going to be a race to the move. And then they back out, which is crazy. I didn't really expect that. They probably thought I was just going to get to the Blizzard and they weren't going to be able to take us out, but I was surprised. I wouldn't have backed out there, but fair play, GG's, and thank you very much for the win. So into the next battle, we've got Ariados on the lead, and I've been caught out by this thing before. It's going to destroy the ZWEILOUS with the bug moves. So we make a quick swap into the BEEDRILL, and they come in with a Diggersby. So it's not too bad for us, even though the Fire Punch is going to be doing a lot to us, but we can survive one and we can do some heavy damage to them. So we are going to shield up one of the moves, and then we're going to build up to a Drill Run and throw another X-Scissor. Hoping that we get a shield out of them, but expecting they probably will let this go through as well. And they do let it go through, so it's not looking too great for us. But I think we should be able to just survive the Fire Punch. Luckily, Mud Shot is such a weak move from them that it's not doing a lot of fast move damage. So we get to another X-Scissor, and they let it actually go through, so that's great. We're able to win switch. Down the shield though, and they come in with the Ariados, and they throw their energy, so even better. It's worked out quite perfectly for us. We can come in with the Whizcash, as it's going to be doing super effective against the poison type with the mud moves. Mud moves? Anyway, yeah, mud. It created a new class of Pokemon move. Anyway, They swapped into a Lapras, and we came in with our ZWEILOUS, which isn't great for us because they're doing a lot of damage with their Ice Shard against us. But luckily we will resist the Surf. And we're going to let this go through because we need to keep the Whiscash alive for the Ariados. And it's a Skull Bash, so that's not good for us at all. And now we're going to go for the Mud Bomb, and likely that we're probably going to throw another one before they can even get to a move, because we want to just threaten the shield and get them out here. Expecting them to shield this up, and they actually let it go through, so that's pretty crazy. So we've got one shield left, and we're thinking that they're probably just going to throw a lunge, and it's a Mega Horn, and it does so much damage, taking me well by surprise. And I'm a bit worried now they're going to be able to get to another move. So they throw a Cross Poison, so they're running double Bug moves, and we're able to get to the double Mud Bomb. So we throw the first one, and then we obviously get the shield out of them, and then we throw the second one, and I'm thinking this might not KO, I don't know for sure. And it doesn't KO, they hang on with a few HP, and we're just able to Mud Shot down, so that was really close. I thought they might get to another move, so unfortunate for them. So into the next one, we've got Shadow Scissor on the lead, and you know, everyone runs Night/Nine Head. No one runs X Scissor, do they? Yeah, they do. So it absolutely devastates the ZWEILOUS, so that's really bad for us. We swap into the Whiscash quickly, we go to get off a Mud Bomb, and they make a perfect swap into Pelipper, so completely dicking us in the eye there. So we're going to build up to the Blizzard, and we're going to go for it, and we're just hoping that they're just going to let this through. They probably think that we're going to go for the bait here, as things are looking really bad, and they shield it up, and at that point I rage quit totally. I'm not staying in that. You're having a laugh, ain't you? Yeah, that one pissed me right off. So into the next one, we've got Charlie something on the lead, and it's an Escavalier, so absolutely terrible for us. We do make a swap into BEEDRILL, and they stay in, which is really, really surprising. We go for a drill run, and it does massive damage, which I was really, really happy to see. Expecting they're probably going to go for maybe even an aerial ace, and they hit us with an acid spray, so that was really, really unfortunate for us, and really surprising as well. I didn't expect that. They come in with a Frostlass, and we're going to bait them with an X Scissor, because a drill run would do a lot of damage, and then they throw the energy, which is really, really good for us. And that's the great thing about baiting in that situation, it just makes sure that they can't farm down. If they throw the shield and you've baited them, then they're going to throw their energy, because they don't want you to get to the actual full-fledged move that's going to do a lot of damage. So we come in with the Whiscash. I keep going to call this thing Swampert, I don't know why, just because it's a Mud Boy, I guess, and it's really spammy with the Mud Shots. So they let through the Mud Bomb, and we let through an Avalanche because we know that we're going to be able to survive it. So we take them out with the Mud Bomb, and then they have a Toxicroak in the back, so I rage quit that one as well. Double counter user team, and the ZWEILOUS was seeing no play at all. So goodbye to that match, GG to the trainer. Into the next one, it's a Gyarados on the lead, and we're really hoping not to see the Dragon Breath, and it was a Waterfall variant, so really, really good. The opponent tries to swap out and catch a Body Slam by the looks of it, so we throw the Dark Pulse. We probably could have just carried on farming and then thrown the Body Slam and baited them, so that would have been the better play. But we're going to shield this up just in case it's that X Scissor again, and of course this time it's the Night Slash. Not too bad, we just want to keep some health on the ZWEILOUS anyway. So we're going to come in with the Whiscash now, which is really good because they're only going to be able to hit us with these neutral Night Slashes, and the Bullet Punch is resisted as it still is not very effective against ground. So we're going to throw the Mud Bomb, almost taking them out. We're going to be able to farm them down, which is quite good. Luckily they didn't get the boost, so we're going to be able to survive this Night Slash easy. And then we're going to see what they come back in with, and they come in with the Gyarados, so we're just going to go for the Blizzard. Luckily we're not baiting for absolutely no reason on this occasion, and they do let it go down, which is really, really great for us. And then they have a Marowak in the back, so it's looking quite interesting here. So we're going to go for the Mud Bomb, hoping that we get a shield out of them. They do shield it up, which is great, and then we're going to make a quick swap into the ZWEILOUS and go for the Dark Pulse, do a lot of damage against the Ghost type. Is this going to be enough to take it out? Loads of lag. Oh, the two heads fight in there, which is always great to see. ZWEILOUS is such a cool Pokemon, it's a really fun one to run, though the typing makes it so awkward. So into the next battle, and we've got Ripped Cyan as our opponent. Very nice name, and they're leading with Noctowl, so this is going to be a lot more prevalent in the new season with the addition of the move Shadow Ball. We're just going to build up to a Dark Pulse here. We're definitely going to let this go through, as we're going to be able to take this. So it does a decent amount of damage, but not too much, and now we're going to go for the Body Slam, hoping that they shield it up. They don't shield it up, which isn't too bad because we can get to another one, but they try and snipe us once again with the Machamp, and again we're just coming with the BEEDRILL. So we saw this before, we're going to have to commit one shield, but we should be able to farm them down. So expecting they're going to come back in with a Noctowl once we farm down, and that is what comes back in. So we go straight for the X Scissor. It's going to do okay damage, even though it's resisted because this is a Shadow, and we're able to farm down a Flying type with a Bug type, so that's really good. And now we're going to go for the X Scissor bait against the Typhlosion. They're going to have to shield this up because if it was a drill run it would take them out. But we're not quite able to get to our own drill run again. So we come back in with the ZWEILOUS, and we're going to go for the Dark Pulse here, see if they want to commit that last shield, and if they do, it's just going to make it so much easier for the Whiscash. They do commit the last shield, so that's absolutely brilliant. We're going to definitely shield this up in case it's the solar beam, but even if they bait us, it's not going to be enough. They're not going to be able to get to the energy in time, and this mud shot should be taking out the Typhlosion. So GG's to my opponent there, another good battle, and into the next one. So we've got a bit of a mix of different leads here, and this is another random lead. We've got the Malamar, which is quite good for the ZWEILOUS because we're resisting the Psycho Cut fast move, and Foul Play is also resisted, but then they could do big damage with their superpower against us. And they do throw superpower and dip, which is what I was expecting, and they bring in a Noctowl. So that's absolutely fine with me. It's good that they brought this out. The BEEDRILL would have got absolutely destroyed by it, and with the Whiskash we have to get up to Blizzard and we need to bait them. So it's a much more comfortable matchup to just stay with the ZWEILOUS. We're getting down quite low, so that's really, really good. We know that we can let this go through, so it's fine. We're going to be able to farm them down. So we win switch advantage, and they have shield advantage. So interesting to see what they're going to come back in with. They're coming in with the Malamar. So we're going to go straight for the body slam and threaten that first shield. They're definitely going to give the shield up. Bit of a visual glitch there, not showing the shield, but they definitely did shield it up. And we're going to shield this up, and it's a Foul Play, so really good bait by my opponent, but then we're able to swap out and catch the superpower, so really good catch by me. I was really, really happy with that one. And then they dip into a Macargo, so not good for the BEEDRILL, but it's not too bad because we're going to be able to get off the drill run, and they're definitely going to have to shield this up. And then we've actually got the Whiskash still in the back, so we should be looking good for this matchup. They've got a load of energy, so what we're going to do is bring in the ZWEILOUS, hoping they throw straight away, and they do. So we just absorb that with the ZWEILOUS and go down. And then we bring in the Whiskash, and nothing that they throw at us is going to threaten us at all, as both of the fire and the rock are resisted. So what we're going to do is just build up to 2 mud bombs, and we're going to throw them back to back. I'm pretty sure that the Malamar doesn't have any energy, but it's always best just to make sure, so we're going to build up to the 2. So we throw the second mud bomb here, and we're going to take the win. So yeah, that is going to be a good game and very well played to my opponent. Me catching the superpower there on the BEEDRILL was quite crucial. So you see in that set I went 4 out of 5, so pretty good set for me there, and we got a mind for our troubles. So into the next battle. I know there's quite a few battles in this one, but I thought I'd get them in. There's quite a few fun ones. So into the next one we've got Machamp, absolutely terrible lead for the ZWEILOUS. So like we said before, we're going to go into the Whiskash. We don't want to go into BEEDRILL because that's pretty much our direct counter. So say they swap out now exactly like they've done, they go into a Tropius, we would have been screwed because then our counter for the Machamp is completely gone. So our only option here is to go for the Mud Bomb bait, and they do take the bait, and they were able to get up to a Blizzard before they get to another move, expecting him to shield this up, but they let it go through and completely one-shot the flying grass dinosaur thing. So they worked out great for us, and we're able to win switch. They come back in with the Machamp, and they throw their energy because they don't want us to get to a Mud Bomb, so that's absolutely perfect. We're going to come in with the BEEDRILL, and we're actually going to throw the X-Scissor because we don't want to give up the last shield, so we throw that just so they can't get to a Rock Slide, and they have a Drapion in the back. So it's looking really, really good for us now because we've got the ZWEILOUS that can handle this, and the BEEDRILL can near enough one-shot with the drill run. So we're looking in a good spot here. They go for the crunch, and they do get the debuff, so that's not great for us at all. Worrying that they might throw a Sludge Bomb here, and they do. We just about survive it, and we're able to get off the Body Slam. So are they going to shield this up here? No, they don't shield it up, which is a good call by them. So we're going to come back in with the BEEDRILL. It's getting quite tight. We've got a lot of health left, which is really, really good. So we go for the X-Scissor, and they let it go through, so they must have thought that the game was a foregone conclusion there. Into the next battle against Diablo. So now we've got a Shadow Drapion on the lead, so it's a pretty good lead for us, and they come in with the Dugong. A little bit slow to swap out there, wasn't really sure who we should go into, but we decided to come into the Whiskash, as we're going to be able to take these Icy Winds fairly comfortably. I don't think that the BEEDRILL has a terrible match against Dugong, but I think 2 Icy Winds probably would take it out. So we're throwing another Mud Bomb, and you can see as they debuffed us, it's not really doing much to them, but luckily we are able to span them at a quite quick rate. So we're getting them down into the yellow, and we're going to throw up a shield in kind of hopes that they will end up committing a shield themselves, but it's really, really risky as a Mud Bomb is not going to take them out. So I'm not expecting them to shield this up, but we just wanted to do a bit more damage to the Dugongs. We're not going to be able to farm down with either Pokemon without taking a lot of damage. They did commit a shield, so that's really, really good. That's what we wanted. And we're going to have to come in with a BEEDRILL now and hope that we can just farm them down before they get to an Icy Wind. We are able to farm them down, so that's really good. And they have a Hypno, so that's actually pretty good for us. We're going to threaten big time with the X-Scissors. We've already seen how much damage it does. Look at that, it does well over half the health. And they make a swap now into the Drapion, and we go straight into the ZWEILOUS. And ZWEILOUS gets absolutely destroyed once again by Sludge Bomb. I don't know why I'm letting them go through. Keep expecting the Crunch Aqua Tail. And we are able to get to 2 Body Slams, so that's pretty good. We're going to be doing a nice amount of damage on the Drapion here. Does quite a lot, and we're able to farm them down, which isn't great because then the Hypno is going to get good farm up against us with the confusions. But luckily we've got some energy stored in the BEEDRILL. We come back in, we hit the Scissor, and we take the win, looking really, really good. This team's really fun to run, I tell you. All three Pokemon are quite fun, they've got interesting movesets, and they work together quite well, so I would actually recommend this team. So moving on into the next one, we've got a Drifblim on the lead, so that's a first for this season. They're going to be hitting us with super effective with the Icy Wind, but we will be able to take an Icy Wind comfortably. So we let that one go through, and now we're farming up, we're counting the moves, we let them get up to another Icy Wind, and we throw the Dark Pulse in case they let it go through. That way we've got a ton of energy, it's still enough to take them out, even though they debuffed us, and they're bringing the Surf Edge, and we're able to get to a Body Slam just before they take us out. So we took out the Drifblim and we did half the health on the Surf Edge just with the ZWEILOUS, so absolutely putting in the work. We come in with the Beedrill now, we're going to shield this up just in case it's a Brave Bird, and it's not, it's just a Night Slash, and they come in with the Diggersby. So we're going to stay in here and actually throw a Drill Run, and that's going to do a nice amount of damage on them, and then we're going to actually catch hopefully a Fire Punch on the Whiskash, and well, I say hopefully, it's definitely a Fire Punch, so a really, really good catch by us again. So that's really good. They're going to build up to an Earthquake, no doubt, and throw that. But and of course, what I meant to say was we'll easily survive an Earthquake on the Whiskash. So we build up to a Blizzard and we throw a Mud Bomb, expecting they're going to shield this up. They do shield it up, which is absolutely brilliant. And then we actually go for another Mud Bomb just before they can get to another move and take us out. And they double shield actually, so that's really, really good for us. And then they make a swap back in. So we undercharge that so that we can actually come in with the Beedrill and farm them down and get some more energy to throw against the Diggersby. So that's something you want to do. If you throw a move and the opponent catches, but you know you can actually undercharge and then get more farm off them, that's a technique to save you from wasting your move there. So we're able to get to the Drill Run, not quite enough to take them out, but we do take them out with Poison Jabs. And a couple of things coming into play there, the catch and then the undercharge, just securing the win for us. So we've got a Cofagrigus on the lead next, which is really, really good for the ZWEILOUS, as it's resisting pretty much all the moves that the Cofagrigus can throw against it. And then they make a swap into Machamp once again. So a lot of people liking to swap Machamp against us, which is absolutely perfect. We know we can farm them all the way down. Luckily, we were counting the moves here, and we knew this was just a cross chop because they only got to 5. Rock Slide is 7 counters and then 6 for the second one. So we take out the Machamp, looking to see what they're going to bring in. They bring in the Cofagrigus. I don't think they're going to shield here, so definitely going to go for the Drill Run, and we do about half their health. We get to another Drill Run, and once again, I don't think they're going to shield because they know it's useless against these ZWEILOUS, so they actually let it go down, putting all their chips into the Lickitung, and that actually doesn't make any sense because obviously we're resisting the Lick with the ZWEILOUS, so this is going to be an easy GG's, and I think that was just a misplay by my opponent. He was in a bit of a hard place there, having two things that were completely weak to ZWEILOUS, and then the only other thing that he had was the Machamp that could counter it, but I definitely would have swapped in the Licky or just stayed in with the lead matchup there. It looks like we were actually trying to have a bit of fun here and farm them all the way down with Dragon Breath, and it got a bit risky, so luckily with 1 HP we were able to hit the Body Slam and get the 2 Body Slams off. So we're being silly there again just for fun, but we should be alright in anyway. We're going to come in with the Whiskash, and then we make a swap just to flex, just to catch the Power Whip, not very effective, on the Beedrill, and then we're just going to be out of Mud Shot down. So unfortunate to my opponent there, my team was quite a good match for his one. And that was the end of that set, so we actually went 5-0 in that one, so very, very good, and a pretty decent start to the new season, I must say, with this team. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to the next one. We've got Snorlax on the lead, absolutely terrible. It's going to be just devastating us with the ice moves. So we're going to the Beedrill, not really the best matchup to be honest, but we're not going to go into the Whiskash straight away because it's probably got the best matchup against it. And then they're bringing a Victini, so really spicy. I did use this last year in the remix and I had a lot of fun with it, so I might feature it again this year. We did bait them with the X-Scissor, and they took the baits, that's great. We go for the Drill Run and they commit their second shield, so that's absolutely brilliant for us. We're going to come in with the ZWEILOUS as we're going to resist both the moves. If they go for a V-Create, then that's not very effective. If they go for a Psychic, then that's not very effective. And for some reason, they don't get off another move. They surely were at 2 moves there, so I have no idea what the over-farming was all about. Maybe they were trying to look to bank the move eventually, but we were able to take them out with the way they debuffed themselves. So they did bring in a Ferrothorn, and we stayed in and did a little bit of damage before they swapped into Snorlax. So we bring in the Whiskash, as we do not want the ZWEILOUS against the Snorlax. So they throw a Shadow Ball, it does a lot of damage. We're going to go for a Mud Bomb. We're able to get them quite low, and then we are able to get to another Mud Bomb. And we undercharged this because I don't think we want to give the Ferrothorn much farm, but I think it's a bit too late for that. Luckily we are able to get to a Mud Bomb, which will do some nice chip damage on them. That's obviously neutralised because they're Steel typing as well as Grass. Grass of course usually resists ground typing. So we come back in with the ZWEILOUS. We know we're going to be able to survive one move, but likely they're going to get to two. So we shield up the first power whip and they get to a second one. So this is going to be really close. It's going to be not very effective, but it does a lot of damage. It's coming down right to the wire here. We're both on 1 HP and we're just able to get to the body slam and take them out. A really, really close win there. And that was a lot of fun. And with that, that's the end of the video. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun getting into a new season in a new league with a completely new team. I haven't got any new shinies, so just look at a couple of hundreds that I caught recently. Riolu, so very useful, probably will make that at some point in the future. And then we have the Vullaby, which is definitely going to be made into an XL Mandibuzz for the Ultra League Open. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, stay angry, trainers.